Hello, good night. Welcome to the broadcast, How to Be Your Own Boss. I'm just waiting to see how much people will come on before we actually get started, but we get started very shortly. All right, so welcome. Now, this broadcast will be recorded and it will be saved on YouTube so you can actually use it. All right, let me just switch here to the screen. Remember, we're trying to get the information and find out how to escape the trap. One of the trap is unemployment. The other trap is a frustrating job. Now, most people have fit into different categories. So, which category do you really fit into? You prefer to remain an employee? All right. Well, let's find out what do you fit into. So let's just share the screen so we can get moving on the presentation. Right. All right. We are here. Okay. So what do you want to escape? Let's get doing. And at the end, what we'll do is have some question and answers for those who want. If you missed the presentation, I will have it on YouTube and I will send you all the link. And what you can do is you can go over it and go through the replay, and then you can actually enter your questions in the chat below on YouTube, where the videos are located. All right. So, which category do you fit into? Do you prefer to remain an employee, work for someone else? That's an option. Do you want to be your own boss, but you need guidance? Show how to do it. You're really passionate, you really want to get out there on your own. Have you tried steps? Have you tried some things? What have you tried? Have you tried? Are you stuck in some way? Are you stuck in the process of trying to be your own boss, trying to create your own enterprise? Right? Or are you unemployed? I don't know how to move forward. Unemployed, retrenched, sent home, fired, or maybe you're unemployed because you're retired. Not necessarily because you're fired, but maybe you're retired and you want to do something. You want to know what to go from here. That's part of unemployment also. All right, so whichever state you're in is help for you. Oh, now if you're taking steps and you're progressing, then that's fine. You may not need this presentation. These are for people who are trapped in one area further and they're not sure what direction to go and they need guidance. All right, you may not need this presentation, but you might know someone else who need it. So maybe you can look at it, get some tips so you can help them or show them where to find this information. That's very important. Right? Some fears and frustrations which people have expressed who really want to be their own boss, who want to escape the trap of their job, is that they don't have enough time for their family. Um, that's sometimes a big challenge unless you know how to escape the trap of your job. It's difficult to find that time if you're working hard and you have a lot of responsibilities and based upon your family situation, family status, how your family is going. That could really be a challenge. All right. Now, I'm not. If, so, for example, if you're being promoted, right? You're not being promoted. You're trying your best. You've qualified. You have all the certifications. You even have the experience, but you're not being promoted. That could be, of course, because there are some places now where you may not have the position. You may have the position, but they can't pay you. So sometimes that's a challenge. Right? How do you move from there? And of course, suppose you're afraid, um, right? You remain stuck in the same place. You know, some people that's a challenge of afraid that they remain stuck in the same place. They can't move forward. They don't know what to do. All right. So that could be a very big problem. You don't have enough time. Right? You have too much to do. That's still really to time for your family or time to work on what you want to do, your project, because your job is so demanding, your family time is so demanding. You don't have time to actually work on your project, what you would like to do. That can be a challenge. Also, you're not suppose you're not able to be an effective parent and take care of your children. You know, if you try to work on your own product or your own service, you may not be able to find the time to be a good parent, take care of your children because you don't have the time. You're alone, sometimes you're a single parent. How are you going to manage all of this? That's a big problem. That can be a frustration. You want to work on something, but you can't because you have obligations, legitimate obligations. That's a frustration that's very difficult to get out of, but it's present, it's real, right? Another fear of frustration is not able to earn as much as you want to. People are afraid that if they try to be their own boss, they won't be able to earn as much. They won't be able to get as much in terms of to take up their bills and so forth. That's a big problem. Also, one of the challenge people argue with or kind of be, double-minded about is the financial security that the family have. They're afraid that if they try to be their own boss, they lose that. If they lose that, it means bills to be paid. I mean, it's challenging. Mortgages to pay and the car bill to pay and then to take care of the family. I mean, these are real issues that are taking place in people's lives, and they can be very frustrating. So this is a real fear. Or you're not able to. Sometimes frustration is that if you try to be your own boss, you might not be able to pay monthly bills because there's a time frame to try to get things to work properly, and that time frame you can go down. I know people who have done that, and in the first year they didn't make as much, or but they lost in terms of the actual. Um, if they look at the balance sheet, they operate at a loss for that year because they're now starting. So that's a big challenge. That's a big fear people have. Maybe you're afraid you won't be able to save, or you're not saving. You're not able to invest what because you don't have enough to invest. You don't have enough to save. And because you don't have enough to save or to invest, you can put towards the project or the service that you're trying to provide. You have pay certain things or purchase certain equipment you might need or raw materials you might need. So there's so many different things that could be challenging. All right. Also, where you could a good job that you like, not a problem. People can find a good job that they like. That's a frustrating thing. You like to be their own boss, in a job that they want to get into, but and function at their own pace, but they can't find something that they really like. Or the stuff that they like is either missing or it's full of something. It'd be a really frustrating thing. And we're dealing with all these things. We're gonna deal with how to counteract and how to manage all these fears as we go on through the program, right? Now, one of the some of the major reasons why you need to learn this process and these systems to avoid wasting your time, your effort, and your money. Now, time is very expensive to waste because if you're busy with your family, you want to make sure that every hour you put in is an hour that counts for something, must show some kind of result. Now, the result, people don't realize that you can actually be learning. So you don't want to waste that time. You don't want to waste, you don't have the money to waste. Some people, you don't have savings, so you can't waste it. The little that you have, you don't want to waste it. The effort, you're tired. So it's difficult to waste that energy. You don't have the time to waste. But so to avoid all of that, you need to learn the principles I'm going to show you. Okay. You need to avoid difficulties in creating marketing and products for the long term. I mean, if you create create products the wrong way, if you do it the wrong way, what will happen is that you end up trying to run after money or try to run after customers instead of attracting it. If you don't learn this, you will have serious challenges trying to convince people to buy your products and services. You want to avoid, creating something that people don't already want. When I said don't already want, unless when somebody wants something already and they're willing to buy it, and you create it, what happens? You actually have an automatic buyer. You have an automatic sale. You don't really have to sell. You just have to present it in front of them and they're ready to buy. But if you don't learn the principles of doing that, you're creating stuff that people don't want, and therefore you waste your time, energy, and money to create it. All right. You also want to avoid the hard work of trying to convince people of your product. That is hard work. You don't want to get into that. That is too much. You don't have the time for that. You're already strapped with time. You're already strapped with energy, having to take care of family, having to go to a full-time job. It's very challenging. Or if you're unemployed, you're actually trying to do things to make ends meet, and that is tiring. You don't want to go through convincing people. That is too much hard work. You also want to guarantee that your prospects, the people you most likely to buy your product or service, is attracted to your product or service. That you don't have to go down to try to grab them or try to convince them or try unethical ways. No, they are attracted to it because they already wanted it. You also want to create product that people already want to buy. They're ready, they're looking for this thing. It's like somebody going on the other say, we need to have this particular device, or we need to have bread. They are looking up and down for a baker to buy bread. You don't have to convince the person already want the bread. They're already walking with the money to buy the bread. That's the thing. You want to create products that people want. They put aside money for that and they're looking for that. But you have to know that. Okay. Also, you want to be able to guarantee that you'll create product that meets their needs, where they feel satisfied. Hey, so when they feel satisfied, there's so many results behind that. Okay. You also want to make sure that you can replace your salary, and you want to replace it for like 3 to 4 times your present income. You want to make sure of that. You want to also make sure that you can invest quality time with your family, even while you're creating a product. You want to be able to do it. Quality time with your family. All right. You want to also be able to leverage time. Now, leveraging time is taking 1 hour to do like 3 to 4 hour work. It starts with 1 hour to create 2 hours work, but then it expands. There's a way to leverage time. That's something you learn. You also want to you want to set yourself up beforehand to win or to succeed in your business. You want to set it up. There's a way to set it up. If you lose a recipe and you follow a recipe in a particular way, you've set yourself up to succeed in that recipe to get the results. You also want to give yourself a freedom of time and lifestyle choices. You want to have that freedom to choose what kind of lifestyle do you want you and your family to experience and to enjoy. What kind of time do you want to have on your hands? How many hours per week do you want to work? How many hours per week do you want to spend with your family? How many hours per week do you want to use to do chores? You could make those choices. Where do you want to go on long weekends? What do you want to do with your family? Whatever day you want to spend with your family. What do you want to do? You want to be able to describe that and know that and be able to put those things in place so that you get the freedom to do this. Right? That's what you need to do. Now, some of the obstacles we have are personal, but there are some that are national. We don't have control over those, but we can manage them. Right? For example, inflation. You are not responsible for inflation and you have no control over inflation, but you can manage or override or live above inflation. Is a way to do that. It's a real obstacle, it's a real challenge to moving forward, because you could be trying to save or invest towards something, and by the time you have the amount of money, the cost of it goes up. And you keep, like if you're chasing something that keeps moving, chasing a moving target, that is really hard work. Okay, that's inflation. National budget. The budget can bring some good news and some bad news. They could take away some subsidies, therefore the price of something will increase. They could increase tax on some things, and therefore the price increase again. They could remove a convenience or service in budget. in national budget, and that could really be a traumatic situation for people who have already designed their system to run in a particular way, or their work to run in a particular way, their company to run in a particular way. A national budget could change things around that could give you a headache. All right, that's a serious obstacle. Man, job loss, retrenchment, being fired, laid off, downsizing, all of it is a serious obstacle. It prevents us from moving forward, from working out our plans. These are real obstacles that are there, can really, really get to us. All right. So you want to be able to know how to manage these obstacles, these real obstacles. Now, here's some personal obstacles, and I will talk more about these in my book that is launching on 1st of December, right? Employee mindset. And I'll talk a lot about that. Employee mindset is working for a salary. That's a big obstacle because the focus is working on trying to get paid. But you gotta ask me, okay, if I'm not working for a salary, what am I working for? Hey, you learn that. You learn what to work for and how to set yourself up to change that mindset. So you override that obstacle. But that's an obstacle that keep you from being your own boss. Family financial culture, or the financial culture of your family. Now, it starts first with your past family. If you're a parent and you're living alone, or you're single, you're married, it starts with your past parent, and it affects you in your economic life, your present economic life, because you're bringing the way they manage their finances. As a matter of fact, if you learn some new things, you could actually also be taking things in, which not from family, but it could be from your education. You can be taking things into your family which no longer works because you learn from lecturers who were taught 30, 40 years ago, and they are using, some of them are using the same things for today, and it doesn't work. All right. This is shows up on what they call the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. Just go to Google and type in cash flow quadrant, and it actually shows how your employment, your financial status is affected by where you fit in and how you can deal with it. All right. Unrealistic expectation. One of the expectations that a lot of employees have, a lot of people have, is trying to pay for their dream with their salary. Your salary will never pay for your dream. It will never pay for what you want to do as a boss, as your own product, your own service, or your own employment, dream employment. The salary won't pay for it. You will try as much as you want. The target is always moving, but you want to be able to override this expectation of waiting for your salary to pay for it and override that. Then you have, of course, main one, lack of vision. Without a clear and passionate solution to a specific problem, you run the risk of bankruptcy. And more than that, you run the risk of bouncing your head against a wall, trying to be your own boss. Right? And some people try to be their own boss because they see the boss doing it and they think they can do it. Right? But it's not that easy. It's different. Okay. Now, my own story, where I was actually, I feel a lot in education, especially in tertiary education. But it's something that I find was a pattern for me. I will be the best in the class, even in secondary school. But when it comes to the final exam, something will happen that throw me off completely. And even the teachers will be surprised at my results. That's what happened. And same thing happens with tertiary education. I will be excelling during the term and everything like that. And then when it comes to final exam, final assignments, something will always happen. I tried 3 different universities over, I think it's a 10-year period. And in all time, I had to stop after the semester one, semester two. I had to stop. Something threw me off. It's either not enough money or something to pay for the schooling. And then when you have government assistance, something goes wrong where something went wrong where you did pass on some assignments or projects, all kind of things. Just it just happens. I mean, it's like what happened here? It's just crazy. But that is where I was. But I've tried different things. I've been tried different kinds of businesses, and I failed a lot in different businesses. All right. But I got some breakthroughs. A breakthrough when I realized something. One of the things that was always consistent is where I was getting job offers. I always get job offers without applying for them. The only job offer I remember, the last job offer I remember applied for was in 2000, year 2000 or something like that. That was the last job offer I remember applying for. 1999, 2000, yeah. I remember applying for that job. And that was it. After that, all my other jobs came from word of mouth. People passed on the message. And they would sometimes ask me to bring in an application. I was like, that was weird. But that has been happening. That breakthrough because of certain principles. But I learned the principles even more later on, last 5 years. I learned it and it's excelled in terms of offers, job offers, business offers. I mean, just coming left, right, and center. All right. So what I've done, I've created a system to turn that ability to get jobs or to attract jobs, into a method, into a system, a technique, an innovation system, right? And that innovation system is to coach people, how to train people how to use online business systems to attract jobs to this. All right. Others have tried it. I have people who actually have succeeded. They actually have people who have like three, four businesses because they've used their advice. There are people who run two businesses and they're still working and they still find time to be with their families. I have one guy who has two businesses and a full-time job, and he still finds time to go and spend a weekend with his family somewhere, or a week somewhere in another island with his family. And even during the week, they're able to spend days together, just playing, go to the beach. Like, I mean, this is just awesome. Another guy, he has three businesses and a job where he works full time, but he works like shift, and he's able to still find time for his family. I was like, wow. For his son, he's a single parent. I mean, this is just great. Using the principles, they're able to do it, and there's so much others who are able to use it. You know, so this is what now you can do it. You can practice this. You can practice the principles. You can go through the methods, use the steps, and you will be able to find success in the area that you want to go to. All right. Now, here's some online solutions you can use for job offers, like Just Answers. Just Answer is a company that hire experts and the experts answer questions and get paid. Right? Just Answers, very good. Upwork, very good. I'm on Just Answers. I'm on Upwork. Upwork is also very good. Freelancer, I was trying to get on. The thing about freelancer is that the registration process is very difficult. So I kind of get fed up of it and I just stopped. Right? But it works. A lot of people I love it and they enjoy it. Fiverr is very good in terms of you can do work online, a lot of images, pictures, other things like that to create stuff, creative, very creative on Fiverr. 99 Designs, if you're into graphics, into logos and newsletters, anything to do with pictures and images and creating designs, 99 Designs is very good for you. You can actually go online and register 99 Designs and you're able to bid for different offers, different jobs. Indeed.com, a lot of companies post their jobs on Indeed.com, and then you can go and you can look at the jobs, and if you see something that you like, you can apply now. A lot of the jobs are in the US, but there's an option to do online, to work from anywhere. But you could actually do that. All right. And of course, the Muse helps you with online employment. So you can use the Muse to help you actually get jobs online or around the world. All right. And then, of course, the training that I do, which is really helping people to take what they know, take their expertise, take what they're good at, what they enjoy, what they love, and turn it into their own work. Turn that into your work. So that becomes your job, which is something that you love. Now, you can do it as an employee in a company, or you can do it as a self employed person, or you can do it as a business owner. But the main thing is you're using what you have been designed to do, your gift, discovering that gift in you, and taking that and designing your own product or your own service. And then you can offer it as an employee, you can offer it as a business owner, or as a self employed, or however you want to offer it. All right. Now, here's some reason why digital products and services. Mr. Evan Pagan. This is his history of creating digital products. He has a company that create digital products. They have no office. All they do is create training products to train people. That's it. That's to train people. And this is his history. First year, the second year, third year, fourth, fifth year. He has been doing this for 15 years, and he's the only one I know who has an 100 million US dollar business from home, where he can work anywhere on his computer, providing training. He has staff, and staff around the world. They have no offices. They work from home, and he's able to manage his staff with 1 hour, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours a day, and still be able to function and have time for his family. This is awesome, right? No offices needed, completely digital, right? $100 million business. So this is what is awesome. Now, some of the things that Evan highlighted, which we can bring up here, is that the digital revolution will continue to create massive changes around the world. Because of that explosion of the knowledge market, or turning your knowledge to digital products, your jobs aren't safe anymore, because the focus on manual labor is changing. You don't need it as much as digital products, right? So a lot of jobs will be lost to computers, or be lost to digital products, or lost to people who can work online, and it's going faster and faster. Things will get much worse for the middle class. If you're the middle class, if you don't decide, I need to get to this direction, create wealth in digital products, you're going to be left behind. You'll be in serious trouble, right? But things will get better for people who figure out the new business model, right? Which is the digital product business model. That's the business model we need to go with. And that business model allow ordinary people who know to fix something, or who know to do something, or who know how to teach on something, to create a business. That's all, right? So you actually have the option to be at 1%, person of 1%, right? 1%ers in the countries. Now, here's some other things. The industry is growing so fast that many insiders, right, the people who are there already, believe that it will go at least 10 times in the coming years. And I'll show you some proof coming up. Now, this also, if you don't know, is $1 trillion industry. And there is a lot of people are actually seeing the figures, right? It's $1 trillion industry, just creating digital products. And then on the end, I'll show you how to deal with your physical products too, right? It's the biggest chance that you have for regular people to have businesses, international, successful international businesses, regular, normal people that you see around, messengers, DJs, you name it, cleaners, anybody, woodworkers, masons, anybody, brush cutters, I mean, cleaners, people who do landscaping, secretaries, administrators, anybody. Now, right? I know this is not in the news. You don't see this in the news. A lot of people who have access to this. But this is going on. This is happening real. All right. The great opportunity in history, really, a lot of people really miss out on it. But we don't want you to miss out. We want you to get it done. All right. So here are some proof. Global Market Insights share that e-learning market size has estimated at over $150 billion that's last year. They say that it's predicted to learn to grow over 5% from 2017 to 2024. Well, guess what? Crunch and Ink.com shows that the commerce business, the online offline commerce business, is a $1 trillion opportunity because of the amount of money that is generated from training products. All right, you could be doing this in a country where there's recession and earning revenue, earning US. In other words, you're bringing US into your country. You don't have to look for US. You don't have to buy anything online as much you are actually receiving payments in US or in anything if you're in another country. All right. Now, part of the training that we have, what we have is that we this your lifestyle, and of course the impact you want to create. You want you to learn to know your source, which is how to have access to everything you need, all the resources you need to get things done. You're gonna learn that. You're gonna discover your identity. If you don't already know that, your gifts, your purpose, your authority, your vision. Once you know these things, it helps you to actually create products or the service that you have to create. Right? And we give you the time to leverage the things to leverage your resources. You get to choose your personal principles. Now, this is very important. You need to choose to maintain or live a life of character. You have to choose this. The principles and the values you're going to live by to build your character is something that you need to choose, because a lot of people are building their enterprise or their service, and because of lack of character, it's going to crash down the road. And we have gotten a lot of information related to people who have been sacked, and people who have lost their respect because they didn't have character. All right, we don't want to do that. Then you want to plan your goals. This is the part where people focus on most: the education, the training, their skills. Things that they want to do or the impact, but they don't deal with the first four, and therefore the last one doesn't get done properly. You need to do the first four before number 5. All right. So the training also helps you to go to the part of creating the product, which is first discovering and understanding the niche, the need that your people have, the need that your market have. You need to understand that need, exactly what it is, how they want it supplied, what are they really looking for. Is a way to find that out. Of course, you want to be able to then combine different things in different ways to innovate a solution to that need. All right, and you're doing that from the point of view of your gift. When you do it from your gift, you don't have to reinvent a lot of things. You get to figure out things very easy. It becomes easier for you. That's an advantage. Then you learn how to market your solutions using online marketing systems, and specifically direct response marketing. All right. Then of course you launch it, expose it, and then your customer relations is what you're going to be doing continually. So you might create some products or one product, but the customer relations, that's a long-term relationship. And there's a way to use emails to build that relationship. Okay. So this is the end, but let me just tell you that one of the things you're going to be doing is getting access to this book as it comes out, right? The job frustration report. This report is about the frustration that people are experiencing and the 4 obstacles that are keeping people back from getting the job they don't want. Those major obstacles. You can access the blog. You can also get access to the coaching program. No, I want to retrain the coaching program because it's not really about career. It's really about you and your work, your specialization, your gift. So presently the name of it is Innovative Career Coaching, but I'm going to change that. I'm just trying to get the name right. And maybe you could help me. You could give your own suggestion. What do you think it should be? How should I name a product or a training where I'm showing people how to take their gift and turn their gifts into products? How should it be named? How should it be called? All right. And then, of course, the main ebook, which is coming out next month, Escape the Job Trap. Actually, not next month. That will be launched December 31st, All Year's Day. Wow. The Escape the Job Trap. That, and of course, since you're part of the webinar, you actually get it, you'll get it at a discount price, which might be about $199 or something like that. That's a discount price. And that will, once you get a, you'll get a discount price. But the price of this going to be something like $599, right? So $599 around there or more. But you're gonna get it at a discount price, be $199. Right? But all of that have to be discussed. We have to sort that out. But thank you for being here. And if there are any questions, if anybody have any questions, if anybody would like to show, ask anything, let's get the questions. Right? And if you want to ask questions, what to do? You type the questions down below, and then I will receive the questions, or you can send questions directly to me at Kevin Sandy Training, Kevin at kevinsandytraining.com. Send the questions, and I will answer your questions. And we can set up the meeting so we can interact. You're supposed to have a thank you page, access to a thank you page, which tells you that you get access to a free consultation where we can actually meet and discuss your plan to put you on the right track to be your own boss, whether as an employee or as an entrepreneur. Anyone, you can be your own boss. So have a good night. And remember, Thursday, we're dealing with tools to become your own boss. That's the actual tools you'll be using to create your system, digital system. All right. So see you then, and stay tuned. All right.